everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week, a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And today is another edition of my beauty collection. I think I've done 3 of these now, and I will, I'm gonna make a playlist and I'll link it up in the corner and down below in case you're curious about my other parts of my makeup collection. But I figured I'd keep the train running and go on with my blushes. So I love blush too. I love all makeup, but blush is one of definitely my favorite things. And so I have a few of them, some drugstore, some high-end. Surprisingly, I actually have more high-end than drugstore. It's a little surprising to me because I know my bronzers, I had a lot of drugstore. But I'm just gonna hop right in. They're kind of in an order from like least favorite to most favorite, but honestly they're all great blushes and they wouldn't be in my collection if they weren't. I like to keep my collection small and things I actually like and use. So yeah, let's just hop right in. The first one is pretty old. I'm actually pretty ashamed of how old this is, but it's still fine. It still works fine. Actually, the packaging is even broken, but I just love this blush. This blush is from Clinique. This is their soft press powder blush in the shade Mocha Pink. I'm pretty sure they still make this. It's just in a different pan now. And it's just a beautiful kind of neutral pink, almost on the like warmer side. That mocha kind of gives it a little bit more of a warm bronzy almost color, but it's definitely more of like a neutral pink. And I used to use this all the time for when I was on dance team. When I used to dance in college, this is what I would put on before we would go on the court and perform. And it's just such a great blush because it's buildable, but you can also get like a nice wash. So for something like performing, I could definitely build up the color and get a nice flush on my cheek that would be able to be seen around the court, but it wasn't overpowering if I used it in my everyday life as well. And this was just my go-to. It was super easy and it was just a perfect neutral color. So that's the reason I love this one and I still keep it in my collection because it's just a good neutral blush. But like I said, the packaging is actually broken, but you know, it's a great blush. Clinique always makes good products in my opinion. And I think the price point's great. So I love Clinique products. And I'll leave links to everything I'm talking about down below. So next one is a drugstore. This is an e.l.f. blush. I'm pretty sure the shade is just called Blushing. And I did a video a while back on like the cheapest, a full face of the cheapest products at Target. And this was the blush I used. I think it's only like $3 or $4, but it's great. It's a really light pink color, but it looks beautiful on the skin. It's got a little bit of like shimmer in it, but it's not overpowering, so it gives you a beautiful glow to the skin without looking like chunky glittery. It's just a little bit shimmery and it's just a really pretty blue toned sort of pink color. And I think it looks really pretty on the skin. It's really nice and finely milled. It's super soft. You can see the color there, and it's just a great blush for, especially considering the price point. This is just something great if you're looking for, you know, something inexpensive. Maybe your budget's a little bit on the low side and you really want something that works well but doesn't break the bank. This is a great one. e.l.f. makes just great products. I'm not sure if it comes in any other colors, but this color is really nice. It works for my skin tone. I don't know if it would work for everybody's, probably not, but it is a great blush and I do really enjoy it. So this one is a tricky one. This one's from It Cosmetics. This is their CC Plus Radiance Ombre Blush, and I have it in the shade Coral Flush. So these, first of all, are beautiful to look at. They're such pretty blushes. However, this is so pigmented. I'm just gonna kind of swirl my finger all over it and like, wow, that's like a pigmented color. So this is something you have to really be careful with. I tend to use a stippling brush with this and just go really light. It does blend out fairly easily, so if you go a little overboard, you can definitely blend it out or use a little setting powder to kind of tone it down, but it is a super powerful blush. But what I love about it is you can kind of choose your color range in this. So if you want it really, really pink, you can kind of focus your brush on the upper portion. If you kind of want a little bit peachier of a blush, you can go kind of down here or swirl it all together to kind of get somewhere in between. But it does work really, really well. I actually wore this on my first wedding day. If you guys don't know, me and my husband got married in a courthouse once, and then again, like in a big ceremony with friends and family. Anyway, I digress. This is the blush I wore on my first wedding day, and it's just really pretty and nice, and it works really well. It's really finely milled, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful blush. I think it comes in a couple different colors, but I did really love the coral one. It's really pretty for summer. You can definitely get a really nice, beautiful, bright blush shade for the summer with this, and it is a really nice blush. It is on the more expensive side, but I think it's worth it, and it's really beautiful. So I have one cream blush, and this is also from e.l.f., and I think it's beautiful. These are their Beautifully Bare blushes, I think is what they're called. And I have in the shade, the Soft Rose shade, and this is just a really pretty, again, you kind of will see a theme as we get towards my favorites. They're kind of all neutral pink sort of shades. And this one's just a really nice cream blush. It blends really easily. It looks beautiful on the skin. It stays. It doesn't move my foundation around or anything. And I just love this cream blush. I just stick my sponge right in there, kind of swirl around, and just tap it right on my cheeks. And it looks beautiful. It gives me a really natural, flush kind of look, like I've just been out in like the cold or something, or I pinched my cheeks. That's the kind of shade and color and look that this one will give you. And it's just a really nice blush, and there's so much product in here. It's going to take me forever to go through it. Actually, it probably will go bad before I go through this, but it works really, really well, and I just love this cream blush. Again, it's such a good price point too. It's so cheap, but it works so well, so you don't have to spend a ton of money if you're trying to like dip your foot into the cream blush. That's the reason I bought this one. I was like, I don't know if I'm like into all the cream products, but I want to try one. The e.l.f. one is a great way to go, and this color is beautiful. I think they have like a peachier shade too. That's probably beautiful as well, but I really, really love this one. So this one, next one's a travel size one. This is a Benefit Box blush. This is the California blush. And again, like that It Cosmetics one, this one is super pigmented. Definitely have to be careful with this one, but it's such a pretty coral color. Again, perfect for summer. It's kind of got these gold shimmery shades throughout it, and it just looks beautiful for the summer. It's such a nice, warm coral golden shade. I know the like full size one has even like a sun spray overlay, but the overlay obviously gives you a lot of shimmer right in the beginning, but there is a golden kind of shimmery sheen throughout all of the blush, and it's beautiful. The only thing I hate about Benefit Box blushes and bronzers is the actual packaging. I know it's like their thing, they're like box blushes and stuff, but they're just like, even this little size is like annoying to travel with. But the actual product in here is amazing, and it's so beautiful, and definitely one of my go-to kind of summer blushes. I definitely reach for this a lot in the summer. And it's just a really pretty shade. I've actually used this shade as eyeshadow before too, for like a nice pink look, and I just think it's really pretty. Definitely a good one, and I love that they make the mini ones, because I know I definitely wouldn't go through a full one anytime soon. So it's nice to have the option to grab a mini one and you know, get my use out of it and my money's worth. So I do love this one. Okay, so the next one is kind of a blush, kind of a setting powder. I know that sounds confusing, but for me it depends on how tan I am. In the winter, this one can definitely be a blush. In the summer, it might be more of like a setting powder shade for me. But this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. So you can see it's a really light color, and obviously right now it probably wouldn't be much of a blush on me. But I'm telling you, in the winter when I am fair, this has like a nice pink kind of sheen to it that it really works out as a blush for me in the winter. And it's just a really pretty, beautiful powder. I know they make ones that are more like skin toned for different shades, and you could definitely use them as setting powders, and they're beautiful as setting powders. I've used this as a setting powder on my wedding day and it was gorgeous. And I've definitely used this as a blush in the winter and it's gorgeous as well. It's got this really pretty luminous quality to it. It's not shimmery, it's not glittery at all. It's just luminous and beautiful. It makes your skin look so gorgeous. They're just so finely milled and they're so beautiful. They are a splurge. These are expensive powders, but they are so beautiful. That's the reason I splurged and got it for my wedding day. It just looked so beautiful on the skin and it made my skin look just glowing and gorgeous, and it does so as a blush for me as well. So I do keep these with my blushes because more often than not my skin tone is at a shade where this is more of a blush color for me. But it also does make a beautiful setting powder. Just depends on your skin tone. So this is just gorgeous. So the next two are, again, sample sizes. And the first one is from Becca. This is their Shimmering Skin Perfector Luminous Blushes in the shade Camilla. And this is a little baby sample size, and I love this blush. It's such a beautiful, it looks really bright and pink, and like it would be very intense on your skin. But if you use like a stippling brush or something, it's just such a beautiful color. And what I love about the Becca powders in general, their highlighters, their blushes, are that they are just beautifully luminous. They look so gorgeous on the skin. Definitely the term luminous that they use in their title for the name for their blushes is spot on. They're luminous. They make your skin look so beautiful. I've used this in a couple weddings now that I've been in, and they just look gorgeous on your skin. And they make you just look like you're lit from within and beautiful. And I just really love this color. I don't have any colors really like this. It's kind of a more punchy pink blue kind of bright shade, and I just love it. It's so gorgeous on the skin. And again, I love these little sample sizes. They're obviously cheaper. I think I got this in like a set one time, but honestly, like this is gonna last me a long time. But it's just such a beautiful blush and such a beautiful color that I love it, and it's definitely nice to be able to travel with something so small and compact, but know it's gonna be a beautiful product. So the next two are actually the same type of blushes. They're both from Tarte, and they're both the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush. And the first one is a little sample size that I have it in the shade Party. I think this was, I don't know if they like this is like a normal shade. I'm pretty sure this was either Ulta or Sephora's like birthday gift one year, but it's a beautiful neutral, again, a neutral shade. It's kind of blue tone neutral, just middle of the road, beautiful kind of rosy color. And I also have it in the shade Risque. This is actually the blush I wore on my wedding day. Again, it's just like a kind of, they're actually very similar shades. One's just kind of darker. Obviously this one's a little bit pinker and darker. This is definitely like super neutral, a little bit warmer, but it's a beautiful shade. And what I love about these is they're finely milled and so soft. So that's Risque. And that's Party there. So if you can see, they're very similar shades. Risque is definitely more like warmer, almost a bronzy shade. But I love them both so much. And what the other thing I love about these is that they last forever. They really are like 12-hour, super lasting blushes. They'll stay on your skin all day and just give you that perfectly flushed blush kind of shade. And they're just really comfortable to wear, and they look amazing, and you don't have to worry about them like patching or doing anything crazy. They just look beautiful. They go on really easily. You don't have to really worry about what kind of brush you're using or anything like that. They just look gorgeous no matter what, and they're just so beautiful. There's a reason I trusted it on my wedding day, and I would definitely trust it again on my wedding day, and I just think they're so beautiful and I love them. So I'm glad that I have both of these, and they're just really nice blushes. So the last one is my favorite. Currently, I am obsessed with this blush. It's the blush I have on today, and it is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo, and I have the shade Warm Honey. And what I love about this shade, if I can get the thing open, my nails are making it hard to get this open. Okay, there we go. And what I love about this shade is the tone of it. It's such a beautiful, warm toned pink. I love that there's two different ones, and they're both gorgeous. So that is the luminous one there, and that's the matte one. And what I like to do, just like with the bronzers, is I like to just mix them together. I just take my brush and kind of go on both of them and then go on my cheek. These are super, super pigmented, so you definitely want to use a gentle hand with them, or use a stippling brush or something. I use a stippling brush today and it was still super, super pigmented, but they blend out beautifully. So if you get too much on your cheek, you can definitely blend them out and make it work. But they're so pigmented. They're just so, so beautiful, and they're just, oh, I just love them. There's so many different color options too. Warm Honey definitely spoke to me the most. That's the reason I got it. And it's just a shade I know I'm going to be able to use in the winter, in the summer, and just going to give me that extra warm blush shade that I love. And it's just beautiful. I'm just obsessed with it. I use it all the time. I can't put it down. I probably used it way too much. You guys are probably getting bored of me using it, but I'm just obsessed. It's so, so gorgeous. And I think these are one of those things that are kind of underrated. I didn't remember hearing a lot about them when they came out, same with the bronzer, but it's so, so gorgeous that I would highly, highly recommend them. These were at the Ulta 31 Days of Beauty sale last time, so I would keep an eye out, and if they're in the next sale, definitely pick them up, try them out. They are awesome, and I am obsessed. If these were around when I got married, this would have been the one I had bought for my wedding day. Just saying. That's a big day. These are amazing. So that is all the blushes I have in my collection. They're all gorgeous and beautiful in their own way. So hopefully you found some new ones you maybe want to try, or ones that you already love. If you have a blush that you love and you want to recommend to me, please leave me a comment down below. I'm always looking for new things. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to join our little adventure family here. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will see you in our next adventure. Bye.